proposal, and building and support have to basically work around it and try and implement that decision. Okay, move to the vote. If there's no further discussion, then we hold a rally at 1 p.m. tomorrow here, maybe just outside or just in here, in support of the occupation to get a whole lot of new people. And we organise buses from Campbelltown. Yeah, all those against? That's exciting. Cool. All right. Well,
Nick, we have to stay here, but they're going to be quiet on the...
Yeah, what we need to do is, obviously there's information myself and from the SRC to give to the group. If all SRCs can go to the reception, then we can actually provide you that information really quickly so it'll get underway. But yeah, we have to make sure that not everyone gets up and goes at the same time. We need to at least stay here. So if you're on the list, maybe one or two of you go and start, and we try and work out what the numbers are going to look like in here.
No, Andrew, mate, you wrote
Right boys out. 6 flats, 7 flats, 10 t-shirts. It was 6 flats. You spoke to the BC. I know one got broken, so how did that happen? Donation.
quick hair.
That was
Come a long way. Thank you. Tag coming off. Him and John actually had a lot of fun recounting story many times. But not many so much. No, that's happened. We just doesn't reach up. You don't get up.
my social events in the Hawks.
Yeah, no, we went and watched that. David.
Did you bring any fruit?
That's flag. It just looks really.
Panadol. Katrina's already get that thing. How funny is that?
How funny is it? Don't be beautiful. I really should do.
David, you lost time.
So now that you're pregnant, you get a ring of
Excellent choice. Are there any more?
Oh, this food. Excuse me.
Over here at 6, 7.
Yeah.
See you.
Not that early.
It's just the cord from it. Yeah, let's get the meeting happening. Put this guitar in now. Come on, mate. Get the meeting happening. Yeah.
Okay, Andrew, take away.
You're facilitating, aren't you?
Am I?
We need someone to facilitate. I nominate Amy to facilitate.
I second that.
Dissent.
I second that motion.
Meant to be facilitating.
Well, you're in charge basically today, Andrew, and
I'll
so
facilitate. I'll do it. I don't know what to do, but I'll do it. But no swear words.
you called this meeting, or Nick called this meeting and said, "Hey, let's move it back here at 7 o'clock," and it's now 7:30.
Well, he's got all the notes about like who's supposed to be reporting back and stuff. Where is he?
Well, Corey has a lot to say about the radio stations.
Yep. Okay.
Not really. I ran a lot.
I'm sure you can all.
Someone go and drag things out of the office.
This looks so
There's a few things that have happened, obviously, since our last meeting. We've had quite a few discussions with damage control in various forms.
Eddie?
Please elaborate.
Well, Tanya, well, she's actually just worse
Sorry,
Oda.
that was so terrible.
That was probably true, but
I was actually thinking Cretin, but that was bad too. Sorry.
no. His sidekick.
No, she's been nice, but
Well, no, but she reckons she's trying to plug away for us now. Because it's plugging away, you know. Because it sounds like most of the people who are involved in damage control are actually sick of it. Want it to be resolved and. Get out. I just looked for my notes, but anyway. So he basically said, I know you guys want to resolve this situation, and I know you can't stay there forever, and you won't want to stay there forever, and you want to end this. assumptions that we wanted to end this thing really soon and all this kind of thing. So I said, well, I don't know about that.
You're happy to catch
Pretty committed, and he says, well, we want to end it soon. So he was talking me through different modes of how we could end it and give me the excuses for why Professor Bard is not here, or why he wasn't here today. And it's all our fault, supposedly, because we were being really intimidating and aggressive at the beginning of the day, and that was filtering back to him, so he decided not to come out.
You mean that raging rally out there?
Yeah, that. It's like the most softest occupation probably in the history of occupation. People like, swaggering in.
Hey, look, the door's open. Go inside.
So, look, there's a crowd. I asked him, I asked Paul, where did this information come from and how did David get the wrong idea? And he says, oh, it wasn't him. And Tanya I asked, and she said, oh, it wasn't her. So they were the only two here, so I'm guessing it was one of them, but they don't want to own up to it at this point in time. So that was that, and he then agreed that we actually were quite well behaved and facilitated everything really well outside, and was quite impressed by how organised we were and how succinct we were, which is quite funny. But yeah. So he does all that spiel and says, actually you're right, the message that we're going back to David Barr were wrong, and he probably should have come out there. So they're trying to work out a deal with us to end this thing by David Barr coming out and having a chat to us.
Is that more?
That's not what we asked for.
No, and I think to remind everybody, like our agreement when we first got in here was that we weren't leaving until our demands were met. So I think it's gone past consulting with him and listening to his crap.
Does he realise that? Does he realise that it's...
They do, but they don't want to. Like, they do, but they're pretending
They'll
it's not
pretend
there.
they didn't hear.
I think that David Barr coming here, though, would be pretty good. Like, just for the fact of, like, you know what I mean?
See himself with all
Seeing, like,
Just so he
it's
can
better
tell
than
his
long-distance
face.
communication, seeing himself, like, what's going on, and...
I don't know.
Doesn't mean that... I don't think...
Oh, I'm not going to say he's going to give us, like, the world, and
Yeah,
I'm
but I mean,
just saying...
Nick wanted to say something, I think.
Oh, it's all right, no.
But I'll keep going, because I was just... He had only come out here on conditions, you know? Like, it was quite clear that one of the definite conditions would be that it's in the lecture theatre, like...
Yeah.
So we
See,
can't
that's
touch
what I
it.
was just going to say, because if he does come out here, he's just going to cracking on, but you actually have to make concessions for him to come out here.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to give something like that without us,
It's like he's
you
doing
know,
a
doing
favour
something as
to,
well.
like...
So if it, if you don't think you're actually going to get anything of it, it's not worth doing it. You need to just be upfront and do something that is
I
going to
think-
get you what you want.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Like, the other thing was, he says, it could go two ways, you know? Like, he goes, it could go the far end of the spectrum, and he could not want to have anything to do with it, he'd be retiring in a couple of months' time, and he'd just ignore you guys, you know? So that's one thing. Or it could go the other way, and he buckles in on all your demands. I said, well, that sounds pretty good. And, and he goes, oh, but we'll probably look at some sort of a middle road, you know? So what, you know, some of the tactics they're already trying to discuss with us is that we break up and have only a delegation of students meeting Professor Barr, which means...
No, that's the committee, no.
Yeah, that's right. Or that we do it in a different form, he'll rewrite some responses, just like little tokenistic things.
Rewrite?
Yeah.
He can do it for years and years and years.
I've seen a lot of shaking heads, which is a good thing.
I reckon we just say, we've got the demands, we want to know which ones you're going to agree to, we want it in writing, and you know, when we've got what we're happy with in writing, what you're going to tell, we'll leave. And the other thing we say, he's going to, I don't have the power, blah, blah, blah. This is how university admissions work, you know. They're basically, the VC is able to call the shots, but if they're not sure about something, all they do is ring around the university council, which is, you know, up to 19 members. All they need to do is during a door and say, this is what we're planning to give the students, and this is what we're planning to give the students. They just make sure they got the numbers on university council and they pass it through. It would not take him more than a few hours or an evening to handle those university council members and meet our demand to make sure it's all going to happen, you know. Like, I just reckon we can shit. The other thing is, I don't even know whether we want to really be with him anymore. Like, I just think that he doesn't have any say. We should just say, look, we don't really want to meet with you. You've got our demands. We've got space. We're building. You know, it's a big game. Game, Dr. Buck.
Well, the decision day was to stay till the demands were met, till we saw Bard's face or he wrote the response. That's bullshit. You know, I don't know how many times you have to. Maybe if we just tell him that we realise that he's bullshit and please just sign. Until we have proof, until there's proof that they've met demands that we've listed. I mean, if he writes and says do this now, do this now. No, you call a meeting, you pass it at the and you make it legal. You make it income. Having said about it. That's like the least. For, you know, talking. It's not about that. I think we should just be honest and say we're not leaving until we actually do.
Yeah. Well, basically, Paul decided he was going to throw the line in there. There's no real power, you know. David Barr.
God, he's tried everything, hasn't he?
Let's see, you know, like the power's been taken away from him. We should be, a lot of these things would have to be taken up with Janet. David, you know, David's living and all this stuff. Well, as long as David's still on Macarthur Council. Our demands are tabled at Macarthur Council, so they'll be there at the next meeting anyway. Like, it's not like things are not in process. As long as Macarthur Council's still meeting, as long as David Barr said he's still paid as Chancellor, I still think he has power to make decisions. So, I think it's just not acceptable. And you know that we're not believing, you know. If you want to talk about restructuring, I'm on restructuring, you know. We have a few educationals about restructuring. You know, we know what we're doing. Don't try to throw that line to us, so, yeah.
He knows as well as everybody else does that he was on the Macarthur Council, enough appointed people there, whatever he's meant is going to get up. So,
That's right.
like, I don't know if you actually want to say that, be that bullshitting, you know, that you've got to get out, right? Because he'll keep trying to push that. Nothing in any of the plans that's been outlined to go to a UWS level. And as far as the reason to Macarthur until they restructure and whatever happens at that point, and UWS inherits Macarthur the way it is at that point, you know, up until the point, it's up to.
Then another point to go at him for sending Rennie Jackson out here yesterday. Rennie Jackson's university registrar, and she was like one of the best people in the university.
Is she like middleman?
It's kind of right-handed.
She's kind of like, yeah, she makes the decision. She looks for all the money, sort of. She makes all the tough decisions.
It's a decision about fees, you know, fines for lessons, parking, and
that kind of thing. So basically, she was the one who booked a lecture theatre, and Snack Town, causing heaps of trouble over the autumn. The one that's doing a lot of stuff down there. So I think she's trying to weasel organise half of herself when the strike happens and all that kind of thing. But I just said to my, I'm not offended out here the other thing, waiting in an office, being aggressive, this and that. You don't want to do that. You know already. Like, you wouldn't put it past her to behave like that. He agreed with me. He basically agreed that.
Are you taping that conversation?
No. So we got to that point of agreement, which was good. What was it? He waffled. He was like, just talk, you know, like. And then they offered us the few different, you know, like delegations and stuff. I said, well, look, the group, you know, I'm pretty good about it. I think we can do some sort of compromise. So no, I just said that to him. I was sick of talking to him, basically. And I just started trying to part of man. So I don't know why he's bothered. But like, the light, I was stupid. So was it good? Like, look, our argument against library
We
fines
don't
is.
care about his opinion.
I said our argument is based on everyone else. Yeah. His argument is on just being thrown down students, you know, the current system. You don't return your key, you get a thing saying you're off the record, you can't. I've never had it. You're given it at the moment, and you're given it, you know, time to put your voice talk. Well, that's good enough.
The problem is that one with the books way, never been a big issue.
The other thing is making it an issue. And then
Library cash, so you can't pay for it anyway.
Something about library fine. Would we be able to trade up a library fine if there was a 100% guarantee that every day fine that the library need to buy stuff for?